Welcome back. Last video we broke down the first two Madden trailers, and I felt pretty underwhelmed. Despite all the new technical terms EA used to describe gameplay, such as boom tech, it seemed like they were a college student trying to hit the word count on a discussion post by saying they added some new animations over and over in differently phrased ways. Madden 25's gameplay seems to be a worse version of College Football 25 gameplay, likely somewhere between that title and Madden 24. It seems like franchise mode and presentation got most of the attention this year in Madden, which is important because those are two of the weaker parts of the game. With EA's exclusive simulation NFL license expiring in 2025 or 2026, pending an option year the NFL has yet to decide on, Madden 25 is going to be a crucial title for the future of the series. EA has to justify why it is the only company allowed to make a sim NFL game. And if they don't seem like the best fit for the job, then the NFL should sign a non-exclusive license with EA next to invite competition from companies like 2K or Sony. Let's break down this deep dive trailer and see if EA can give me some reasons to be mildly excited for Madden 25. The next title in a series I desperately want to see become great, but I have little faith it actually ever will.
Hi everyone, Mike Tirico here for EA Sports to share with you some of Madden 25's new franchise mode and presentation updates. Today, we'll run through details.
Here we see some of the new pre-game presentation elements. The graphic at the bottom actually looks like a believable broadcast graphic. That's a nice step up from the last 8 years of poor presentation. Hertz warming up is fine, and you can notice some motion blur on player movement, which I personally like a lot, but I know some people hate it. I've heard it was something you could toggle on or off in the beta.
It's about a redesigned NFL draft experience.
The new NFL draft and franchise is going to be very interesting for me. I made an in-depth breakdown earlier this year on how terrible the NFL draft currently is in Madden 24's franchise mode, so this is right up my alley.
Player personality management and dynamic storylines.
This just sounds like they added a few new storylines to the scenario engine that originated in Madden 20. It's good that they are building upon that rather than removing it and starting something else like they usually do. An example of that would be next-gen stats. Where did that go?
Team Builder.
Team Builder in Madden will be a lot of fun. That said, the college football Team Builder has been extremely sluggish, poorly optimized to run in a modern web browser, and sometimes just doesn't work. It needs to be polished up, but it has the potential, when working smoothly, to be awesome.
Updates to franchise mode, and a number of refreshed presentation elements, including our brand new broadcast teams. A redesigned NFL draft experience in Madden 25 allows you to truly feel like you're immersed in one of the most important moments in any player's career.
Here we see the Jets' war room, showing their reactions after making what was likely a first-round pick. That's good to see. The draft desperately needed something to make it feel more important, at the very least. I hope they update some behind-the-scenes stuff, like being able to see who you actually drafted previously, an easy way to view all previous picks during the draft, and more advanced trading AI where the CPU trades with itself, just to name a few things. If it's just some new visuals, it's going to be a miss, in my opinion.
The all-new presentation simulates an authentic draft and
God damn it. I have drafted a guy with this exact face 300 times over the years. My favorite player with this face was probably a tight end named Julius Sears. Also had a guy named Julius Ridley. Lots of Juliuses. Lots of this face. College Football 25 uses some sort of generative AI to make sure every face in the game, fictional or real, is unique and looks different. Madden still using the same faces bugs me a lot. When I draft a guy in franchise mode, he's going to be there for maybe 10-15 years if everything goes right. By that point, half the league will share his face. Like I said previously, when we say we want updates to things like the draft and franchise, we don't want just superficial surface-level visuals like a guy holding up a hat. We need some more work behind the scenes first. I feel like that should come first if EA has to choose one or the other. I already drafted this guy, man. How do you even retcon this in terms of your franchise's lore? Some guy spread his seed like Genghis Khan and all those guys join the NFL? I mean, come on.
Environment where players will meet.
Why did they do Goodell like that? Him in this game is a nice touch, but they could have made him look a bit better. These graphics don't scream PS5 or Xbox Series X to me, which makes me wonder if the devs don't have a lot of video memory to work with due to the bloated carryover of legacy code. I truly think Madden needs a complete rewrite from scratch sooner than later.
Commissioner Goodell on stage. The draft.
Here's a look at the actual mid-draft look in-game. It's a new design with a new stage, which is nice since that has not changed in a long time. I like that you get a view of the entire round so you can see previous picks later on. Hopefully there's a way to view all previous rounds within Make Your Selection, so if you're in round 3, you can still see who was taken in round 1. I would also love to see a draft history section within franchise stats, so you can view every draft by year to go back down memory lane when you're a few years deep in franchise, for example.
Experience also includes a new draft prospect board that updates in real time.
The new prospect board, where you choose your draft selection, is a lot better. You can sort by any category, which is how it used to be in the PS2 days. It looks a lot less tedious to navigate through. This was needed, and I'm glad it's been changed.
And is a breeze to navigate. Searching for the fastest wide receiver available? Well, now it's simple. You can sort players, see their projections.
I want to add here, I really wish Madden would update positional terminology. We need edge as a position. As it stands, a 4-3 end becomes an interior defensive lineman when you switch to a 3-4 scheme. And a 3-4 edge rusher becomes an outside coverage linebacker when you switch to a 4-3 because the game has them as a linebacker. This is so stupid. Put the edge position in Madden. Add long snappers too while you're at it because 30 overall tight ends don't make any sense and never have. I don't think any of this is changing with Madden 25, sadly, since this guy here is a speed rusher defensive end who will need a manual position change to outside linebacker if he's drafted to a 3-4 team, and the CPU is not smart enough to do that on its own. Someone tell the Madden team to start edging.
And make certain you're choosing the right one for your roster. You'll also receive more in-depth analysis, both during and after the draft.
This stuff looks about the same as it does in Madden 24, only the player is wearing a suit and the scouting report there is new.
As well as a draft guide that lets you know how you did. In Madden 25, new player personality management.
Man, Jamar Chase looks kind of like nightmare fuel here, so uncanny. I mean, the graphics here are fine for a Madden game, especially compared to Roger Goodell earlier. I'm not trying to complain too much because it clearly resembles Jamar Chase. It's just a little uncanny, though.
And dynamic storylines in franchise mode are critical to your success. As you shape your team, you'll face situations that real coaches do, like dealing with trade rumors.
So it looks like a few new scenarios where you answer questions come up in some new environments. Not a huge change or addition, but over the years, this stuff does add up. As I said earlier, it's good when they build upon a feature rather than removing it. Until they rebuild the game from scratch, I want them to keep building upon what's in the game. No more removing features.
Guiding off-season workouts. And defining your team's culture.
I hope I can define my team's culture as really bad. I want a terrible culture where my players commit horrific crimes and tweet unhinged political rants on social media.
Now, you have to consider your players' actions, wants, and needs. Having to make promises that players expect you to keep, which can be consequential or rewarding.
Yeah, this is just more scenarios added on to what we already have. They're talking about it for too long.
Everything you...
Looks like teams get updated practice facilities. Can any Washington Commanders fans let me know in the comments if this is a generic Washington branded facility or if this is genuinely their practice facility? Oh wait, my bad. I just remembered the Commanders don't have any fans.
Do in franchise mode crafts personalized stories and narratives that can last for seasons.
That is not Jahan Dotson, bro. That is not Jahan Dotson, Jesus Christ. But that is Dan Quinn. What would I change about you, Jahan? I'd probably start by giving you your face back.
Allowing you to write your...
Looks like Dan Quinn actually likes Dotson's new face. He would rather him be more of a leader before he even worries about why his face disappeared. I can respect that.
NFL story, the way you intend. Team Builder is brand new in Madden 25, so you can assemble an NFL power...
Before we talk about Team Builder, here is the new franchise mode main screen. Looks updated, but similar. Hopefully navigation is snappy and responsive, but it looks like nothing major is changing here.
House from the ground up. Your entire roster and team is completely in your hands. You can even share your team online or download from the community's top design.
So this is awesome. I loved Create a Team, as you all know. And as long as they get the Team Builder site polished up by launch, this will be dope. I will recreate the Sarasota Seaman so you guys can download it. Being able to download designs is so cool. It basically allows you to have an unlimited pool of relocation teams. I wish they added this in Madden 13 when they removed the in-game Create a Team feature. Better late than never, although there is no excuse for EA when this is the exclusive sim NFL game, and NBA 2K has had a similar feature for 10 years. When he says you get full control over your roster, I hope you can quickly generate 53 fake players. In older Maddens, you could generate a fictional roster of cupcake players or superstars. I hope they give us better roster creation tools overall as well. Maybe players can create historic uniforms and give them authentic historic rosters, and then we can download them. We will see. So the updated presentation still uses this super ugly pregame transition graphic. I think this looks terrible and too much like Madden 24, because it's the same.
Then import them into franchise mode and take the league by storm. Other updates to franchise include over 1,400 more team and rookie records this year.
Now that graphic looks great, believable in a real broadcast. Having overlays pop up for league and team records is a nice touch that makes the game better.
Like the rookie passing yards record.
Having rookie records for game and season is a nice touch that's been sorely needed.
And the all-time rushing record for your franchise.
Team records is also really nice. I'll have to play the game myself to see how comprehensive they are, as well as how accurate they are. Remember, in Madden, some records won't accurately display once you hit a certain number. There's a cap on touchdowns and receptions, for example. I hope that's fixed.
NFL records for single games and single season records. Franchise Central, a new home base, simplifies league creation and navigation. And the new personal message delivery system, which brings you messages from members of your organization.
This is kind of like the old emails in PS2 Madden you'd get on that little phone. It's a nice touch. Subtle, but I like these things.
Other updates this year include female Create-A-Coach models.
Hell yeah. My first thought here is that I could create a Donald Trump coach and a Kamala Harris coach in 2 franchises and put them in charge of an American-themed team builder team. Whoever gets a better record wins your vote. Compared to getting your info from the media, it's probably a less biased way of choosing a candidate, am I right, chat?
Improved draft selection and free agency logic.
Improved logic and decision-making. They say this every year.
Revamped progression that allows younger players to become stars faster.
So they tweaked rookie progression. That's cool, but very minor.
And brand new storyline environments, like the team meeting room and practice sidelines.
Yeah, we got that already, Mike.
Franchise mode in Madden 25 looks, feels, and sounds different. Experience new turnover celebrations.
New turnover celebration, guys! That's cool and all, but where are the historic teams? Madden moments? Different scoreboards and broadcast packages for the different commentary teams? How about retro presentation filters and packages like we see in NBA 2K? Historic stadiums? Sideline reporters? Dynamic weather? These are more important things to prioritize or share here. I need EA to go very hard with Madden 26, or else I'm going to have to start making a massive push for the NFL to not extend their license with EA. I'm not so sure Madden 25 will be that much of a step up from 24, but it should be better at least. I just highly doubt it's going to justify why only EA can make sim NFL games, when ESPN NFL 2K5 still appears to have much better presentation in numerous key areas. I'm not even talking about gameplay here.
An overhauled Super Bowl presentation that includes Hall of Famer Randy Moss.
Hall of Famer Randy Moss? Yes!
And the Commissioner Roger Goodell.
EA has to make sure they get the most value they can out of Roger Goodell's face scan.
In Madden 25.
So it looks like we get the exact same pregame presentation with the cringy transition screens and these dumb animations of players walking. Just copy a broadcast, EA.
New broadcast teams are being introduced featuring Kate Scott, Brock Heward, Greg Olson, and yours truly. We'll be joining Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis in the booth.
I actually love the two new broadcast teams. We get Kate Scott, who has a great voice, and it's nice to see female play-by-play in a sports game. That might be a first, correct me if I'm wrong. Tirico and Olsen will probably be my favorite duo, as I've always loved Mike's play-by-play. As a kid, my favorite broadcast was the old Monday Night Football with Tirico and Gruden. Olsen has been fantastic on Fox so far, and I thought it was kind of messed up that they relegated him to second team for Tom Brady. Charles Davis and Brandon Gaudin return for the 9th year in a row. If you were sick of them before, at least now they rotate out to give you a break, but they are still here.
With new reactions, perspectives, and game day analysis.
And he finds him in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings scoring a big play pass.
In Madden 25, over 1,000 new on-field sound effects make big hits and more heard just as much as they're felt.
I just got a decent Sonos sound setup, so I'll be able to truly test if these new sound effects smack or not in my eventual Madden 25 review.
And improved crowd audio is sourced from NFL Films for chants and reactions that are captivating, contextual, and authentic.
I'm very happy to hear that they sourced crowd noise from NFL Films. The crowd has been so dead in Madden for so long, and if they can get it at least on the level as College Football 25, that would be a big upgrade for the game. I hope they also brought back NFL Films music. This is a partnership EA should be taking further advantage of, considering they have exclusive access to it. They can take it a lot further, as I went over in my video earlier this year on Madden's presentation. Anyways guys, that's all for the deep dive. I actually really like a lot of these changes. None of them are bad or taking the game backwards in any way, but these do feel like baby steps. Maybe slightly bigger baby steps than usual for franchise mode, but that's due to EA neglecting the mode more than anything. I'm expecting Madden 25 to be pretty mid at best and bad at worst, but it should be better than Madden 24. Will it justify why only EA can make simulation NFL games? Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my eventual review of the game, and you'll find out. If you guys think I went easy on College Football 25, which I don't think I did, but trust me, I'm not going easy on Madden. Also, I've been making a lot of these hot news type videos recently, and they've been doing very well. But don't worry, retrospectives are still being worked on in the background, and I'll be uploading some soon. I'm currently working on a Madden 17 retrospective and an NBA 2K15 retrospective. Thanks for watching.